Hey, what is going on everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome back to the Optimistic Survival Series Live. It is so great to finally be back, once again live streaming. Today we have a somewhat busy agenda, a lot of different things I would like to do, but primarily, the number one thing on our list is searching for ancient debris, because we are still working on our Netherite beacon over in our museum, and it has been a while since we have gone searching for ancient debris, so we are a little bit behind. That is not a problem though. We have lots and lots of gunpowder, so we can make ourselves plenty of TNT, and we will take all of it down into the Nether and begin our search for Netherite. Now I think we currently have 3 blocks in here, plus 3 more netherite ingots, and then of course we have 1 block already placed down over in the museum. So we are up to 4 blocks out of the 162 that we are going to need for this project. We are slowly but surely getting there. The goal today is to find a stack of ancient debris. Ideally, we would find a stack of netherite ingots. I bet we could do that depending on how long we live stream for, but at the very minimum, a stack of ancient debris is the goal. Now, we are a little bit short on sand here, so I think we are going to need to make a quick trip to the desert. That is not a problem though, but we will just make what we can with our TNT before we head down. We have 7 in here, plus some overflow because all of our other chests here have started to fill up. You may have also noticed I have made the switch on some of our chests from signs to item frames. I just like the look of that a little bit more. Of course, we don't get the matching pink with our signs, but those icons, the little items there in all of the item frames, I just like looking at those, and it makes everything look a lot more organized. I guess we technically do have a netherite ingot here on the outside, but we are going to keep that there so that we can match with the rest of our ingots. So we have a little over a stack and a half of TNT, about a stack and 3/4. That is enough to head down and get started, but again, I think I would just rather go to the desert right now and load up on sand and bring that back. We will actually try to fill up a shulker box before we go, or before we come back. And I just made a trip to our XP farm in the end, so all of our tools are all mended and we are all good to go in that regard. So the desert is going to be this way, and again, we are going for probably about 50 stacks of sand. My elytra skills seem to be a little off today. And back into the overworld we go. Whoa! I don't know what that was. What did we get hit by? Was that a creeper that... Well, holy cow, that almost killed us. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the stream. I'll do that in a little bit, or if somebody else watching wants to. That had to have been a creeper. That's a creeper-sized blast. Oh, that's unfortunate. We don't have our ender chest with us either, so I think we have another nether portal somewhere nearby. Otherwise, we will need to find ourselves some flint and steel. Not how I expected the stream to begin. We just need to find some iron. I think we will check right up here in this mine shaft. Why is nobody watching the stream except me? That is a great question. I'm not sure either. Of course, the best way that we can get the view count up is by sharing the stream. So make sure you send it to your friends and family if they would enjoy watching it as well. So right here, well, we have 2 diamonds. I'll take that. Diamonds are on the radar for today, but not particularly helpful right now. We are looking for some flint and steel. I really don't know what that was. Of course, we can always just travel back the long way. I do know where another portal is, though, that is relatively close, so I think we will just go to that one. I forgot to grab our ender chest. It is currently underground in a branch mine, unless we have some iron down here, which we probably do. I see some coal and gravel, so that's a good sign if we can find iron. Yes, here we go. Perfect. And my hostile mob sounds are off, so if that was a creeper, I should probably turn those back on. Because I was at our XP farm, and those endermen are quite loud, so there we go. And we can just fortune the gravel as well, and we will grab some coal, just to make it a little bit easier to smelt. We're going to need to go grab some wood, though, from that mine shaft. It's like the early stages of the game. I'm fairly certain that was a creeper that was somehow still loaded in, or maybe we went through the portal just in time. The last time we were here, I don't know. The important thing is we survived. Oh, I guess well, never mind. I was about to say we don't need a crafting table for flint and steel, but it would be helpful if we actually smelted our iron. So we'll just get that going real quick. There we go. So that takes care of that. We will run back home, we will grab our ender chest, and then we will return to the desert to get some sand. I know this stream was a little bit spontaneous, but I figured I've been working kind of all day on searching for diamonds. In fact, we are going to see a little bit of that progress right now back at our storage building. And when we go down to get our ender chest, because it is underground. So we currently have 44 blocks of diamonds plus, well, 48 blocks plus 3 diamonds. So we are doing pretty well. Of course, we need 135 stacks of diamond blocks to do all that we want to accomplish. So we still need quite a few. We have a ways to go on that. But down here in our strip mine, this is where or our branch mine, this is where I have been working for multiple hours today in this direction. If you recall, it kind of ended right here, and the tunnel goes that way for a ways. But I extended this all the way down here, widened this, and have that ready for some tunnels, and that goes another few hundred blocks in that direction. I even brought down a beacon so that we could get haste, and I could have sworn the ender chest was down here, but that does not seem to be the case. I don't know where else it would be. I'm trying to think of where else I was. could be... No, that's not right. I was gonna say the trading hall, but I haven't gone over there today. Is it over here? No. Well, I really don't know where it went. So we are just gonna grab our backup ender chest from inside our current one, because I don't think we have any ender eyes, and I don't really feel like making those right now. I would rather just get to the nether and search for ancient debris. So now we can return to the desert and load up on sand. I'll go ahead and sleep too. Hopefully no more creeper blasts. That was a little surprising. I was not ready for that. So we will start right over here where we already have a bit of sand dug out. And again, we are going for about 50 stacks. Maybe a little less since we already kind of have a full inventory at this point. But it shouldn't take us long at all with our shovel. Already we have probably about 10 stacks, it looks like. So again, it really doesn't take long at all. And 48 stacks of sand would be 12 stacks of TNTs, which isn't terrible. I think that would actually be most of our gunpowder. I think we have about 50 stacks of gunpowder, so that would be 10 stacks of TNT, and I did just restock our fireworks shulker box inside of our ender chest, so we don't need to make any rockets anytime soon. So we can turn all of our gunpowder that we have into TNT. And I forget exactly what our numbers were the last time that we live streamed, which was all the way back in January. But we went down to the nether, to our netherite mines, and we had, I want to say, around 5 or 10 stacks of TNT. And we were finding maybe 4 to 10 ancient debris per stack of TNT. But I could just be completely making numbers up. I do not remember for certain. Nonetheless, though, I think the goal, the reasonable goal, would be 4 stacks of ancient debris today, which will translate to 1 stack of netherite ingots. Which, of course, translates to 7 netherite blocks. Which would then put us at 11 out of 162. We are going to have to find a way to make up for lost time, though, since the goal at the start of the year was to live stream every Friday and try to find 3 netherite blocks and then be done by the end of the year. But we are going to need to up that a little bit since the year is already halfway done and we have not live streamed since. So that shulker box is just about full. We'll get a few more stacks of sand in there. And we do have one more that we can fill up if we want, but I think we will just take this back and see how we do. Especially considering we are already about 15 minutes in, and we still haven't gotten into the Nether yet to mine. If we hit our goal early, there's a few other things that I also want to accomplish today. And a few other things that we need to finish up in the valley. Or things that we could just work on and not necessarily finish up. We are a little bit behind on a lot. Most of our structures seem to be, around 80 or 90% complete. But we haven't given them that final push just yet to get them to 100. But we will, don't worry. We also need to rehydrate a handful of happy ghasts. Or I guess rehydrate the dried ghasts so that we can get all of those different colored harnesses on and fill up our happy ghast dock. Pokelaw Tuber, good to have you back in the stream, and it is good to be back streaming after a few months. Yes, long time no see for sure. But we are picking right back up where we left off, searching for more netherite. The grind never stops. So right now we are just preparing ourselves for TNT. Getting enough sand to craft about 10 stacks or so. This desert is going to look very different once we are finished with it. It already kind of does. But maybe not, because sandstone does match. It's kind of hard to tell where there's sand and where there's sandstone, so if we strip all of the sand off of the sandstone, and we are just left with sandstone, it really won't look that different. So I think we will maybe draw a line right here. And just focus on getting the rest of this sand, and then we will head back with whatever we have. If anything, it'll be enough to get us through the first couple hours of searching. Have you seen the new Minecraft updates, like the new Happy Ghast and the Copper Golem? Yeah, for sure. We actually have already done a video on the Happy Ghast. Actually, a couple videos. We did one exploring all that the 1.21.7 update has to offer, including the ability to craft saddles, which is very nice, and craft leads without slime. Also, super convenient. I think we're going to be right on the money with this. We've also built a Happy Ghast dock. That was a fun project. So all of our guests, all 16 of them, well, soon to be 16, have a place to hang out. It has been a busy year with these small drops. So we are up to 55 stacks of sand. That is perfect. Exactly what we were going for. Yeah, definitely give those videos a watch. They're a lot of fun. And then there's also a tutorial out for the Happy Ghast Dock. Just a fun project. It's nothing too fancy, just a place for the Ghast friends to hang out. In fact, I can actually go show it real quick. I suppose we have a little bit of time to do that. It is right over here. We'll just get to a spot where I can pause the game. Right there. Just a ton of fun. It was a fun build project. So we have one ghast and there are 8 docks on each side. So 16 in total. Let's go craft ourselves some TNT, shall we? We have 2 full shulker boxes of gunpowder in here. So we are doing pretty well for ourselves. Of course, it's not quite enough, though. We're still going to need more. How do you not get bored of Minecraft? I usually start playing and then I get bored after a week. You know, it's kind of different for everybody. For me, I like to have short-term goals and then I like to have long-term goals and find ways to bridge them. Obviously, this Netherite beacon, this is a long-term goal, without a doubt. Same with our armor trim project. Long-term goal. But then we have some short-term goals. We've done some planning in a few different videos for kind of how we want our entire valley to look. And with that comes a storyline, sort of a narrative of our world. Obviously, we have our wall that we built off in the distance over there. That kind of follows a narrative. The wall doesn't actually do anything, but in the story of our valley, it protects all of our village from any potential intruders from coming from that side. So, give your world some stories, some lore. That always helps out. And then, of course, set a bunch of different goals. So one of the things that we've had on the plan for a while now is our zoo project. That's going to get going underway here pretty soon with the help of our happy ghasts, now that we can transport these mobs a lot easier. So we have our pandas and the camels. We're going to have llamas and polar bears, birds, all kinds of animals, armadillos, and we're going to have just a large zoo. That's been something that has been in the back of my mind for a while, to have a project like that. And that's a little bit of a larger goal, but it's not as ambitious as a Netherite beacon. So having a bunch of different goals, a bunch of different builds, a bunch of different adventures that you want to go on, that way when you get bored with one thing, you can switch to something else. That's just my 2 cents on all that. So we are doing pretty good on TNT right now. We are just about out of gunpowder. And I think that will do it. Yes. So that is a total of about 13 stacks of TNT. That is not bad. We will take all of that with us and head into the Nether, down to our caves. And we even restocked our sand a little bit. Good deal. And got a couple diamonds out of it. We're gonna bring these shulker boxes with us. That way when our inventory fills up with netherrack, we have somewhere to put it. We really just need to keep those going in our smelter. We have chestfuls of netherrack up there that we can turn into bricks. Alright, I think we are good to go though, so down to our netherite mine. Should we grab fire resistance? Actually, we have some in our ender chest, so that does not matter. And this does not look right. Was that lava always here? I could have sworn that was our entrance to the netherite mine. I don't know where this lava came from, though. Well, obviously, yeah, that's our staircase, so this lava spout up here is new. I'm thinking maybe a ghast hit it, and that's what caused that to pour down. So we're gonna cover that up. Luckily, lava flows pretty quick in the nether, so this shouldn't take too long to subside. Just a minor inconvenience for us. There we go, so we will give that a moment. Just sharing my opinion, but you should build a large statue of yourself, like being the king of this world. Not a bad idea. I don't know where we would put it. I think something, maybe us... Actually, I kind of like the idea of having us standing next to the optimistic namer, our horse, our first horse. And he could be up on his legs, up in the air. That could make for a really neat statue. I guess we could also just block this off from down here too, make that go a little bit quicker. Definitely a mess, that's for sure. Is that lava new? I don't think it is. But we could go ahead and cover that up anyway. Let's see if we can get this on our first try here without burning. Well, good enough. We got it on our first try, but we did start burning. That's okay. Just about there. Of course, if this flowed into our staircase, then we're gonna have to wait for that even longer. And it did. So, we're just gonna take our time here. We could also drink a fire resistance potion and get down there a little bit quicker. We'll just go ahead and pull a few of those out for now. They will be nice to have. And we are down. Okay, so we need to find some tunnels that we can detonate. And I think we should have some in this direction. I think this is where we were working the last time we were here. Although this is cleaned out pretty well. We'll try maybe right up here. We'll get ourselves on a chunk border. We'll go to about Y12. We'll see how far we get in this direction. Well, not too far, but that is good enough to get our TNT. Did we bring our TNT? Okay. I was a little worried there for a second. We have a lot of this, so we will place this every 1 to 2 blocks. We're leaving gaps of about 1 to 2. Let's see how we do. First detonation of the day. No luck right off the bat, that's okay. We really just need to find a nice long tunnel away from any lava. And it looks like we might have some luck right up here. Either side over here. Doing this much and not bringing TNT would have been bad. That would have been terrible, yes. We would have been able to run back, but it just would have delayed us a little bit longer. It's all about being as efficient as possible when it comes to searching for ancient debris. So wherever we can cut back on time is great. And that is a lava lake, so we will step back a ways from that. Get our TNT placed in. So we have that tunnel, and then we have this one right behind us. And there we go, there's a couple ancient debris right up top. And we are finally rolling. Alright, let's head over to that other tunnel and do that one as well. I'd really like to make a copy of this world and go into Spectator and see what all of these tunnels look like from that outside view. And we've got a lava lake, but a couple more ancient debris up there that we will be able to grab. Not bad, I think we just have 2 right over here, and it looks like we do. I know it doesn't burn, but I just want to get this lava out of the way anyway. So there's our first netherite ingot of the day. It would look like if a world war took place. Yeah, you're probably right about that. I mean, it already kind of does, but from the outside, that would be a cool sight to see for sure. Alright, we're getting into a basalt delta there, so that will be the end of the tunnel in that direction. That's okay, we actually got a pretty decent length out of this one. And we're still only on our first stack of TNT out of 13, so we're doing pretty good. And I see at least 3 ancient debris. Hopefully we get 4 from that. But we are definitely rolling, that's for sure. And just 2 from this one, that's okay. So 7 now. How many more do we need? I have not done the math on that. A lot. We need... Well, we have 4 blocks. We need 162 blocks. Each block is 36 ancient debris for 1 block. So whatever 158 times 36 is, that's how much ancient debris we need. In fact, let me do that math real quick. We need 89 stacks. That is the goal. So if we got 2 stacks a day per stream, and we streamed once a week, so 2 stacks per week, it would take us about a year. Here we go. This is a decent looking tunnel right through here. It's almost time to just go to a completely different part of the Nether and start all over again. Our fire resistance is up, so we just need to be mindful of that. And I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to go find another part of the Nether to do this. So we need to get back to 0, which we are actually pretty close to. So I think we are going to fly for maybe 500 blocks or so away from the Basalt Delta. I would prefer to stay in the Nether Wastes. A Soul Sand Valley would be really nice. Or a warped forest like this. We are going to go ahead and drink one of our fire resistance potions. I did almost have an incident. Well, definitely not here. I did almost have an incident earlier today when I was searching for diamonds, in which I landed in lava. I ran out of firework rockets. I was flying around in a cave. Let's see if we can get through here. Crimson Forest. I guess we could just really dig down anywhere. I just don't want to be too close, because then we're going to hit our tunnels again. And I don't want to be super close to a lava lake either. But I landed in a lava lake on our last firework rocket. and barely made it out alive. We have a lot of magma cubes over by the frogs. It is tempting to do that, but we are gonna pass. Pokelaw, no worries. Thanks for stopping by. Always great to have you in the stream. And hope to see you in the next one. That's Basalt Delta right here. But I think if we maybe go down in this direction between each of these lava lakes, we might be able to get down. When am I going to stream next? I'm not quite sure. I'd like to get back to our regular Friday schedule, but I don't know if that will happen this week. Keep an eye on the community tab. I will post about when we are live streaming again. Alright, let's find ourselves a chunk border. Excellent. And already a lava lake. That is not what I wanted to have happen. But I think we will just extend branches out from that branch. Try to go as far as we can. And how's that for luck? 1, 2. Are we gonna get 3 out of that? Looks like just 2, but we will take it. And that will be the end of this tunnel. Again, I think what we're going to do is first extend all of our branches out, and then we will go through and detonate them one at a time. And there's one right there. 2. Not bad. We found almost as many just from branch mining today as we have from using TNT. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Well, we're back at our original tunnel. That gives you perspective of how big this is, because that goes all the way to 0, 0, and we are out here at 144 and negative 164. I guess we'll go ahead with this TNT, though, since we have connected those two tunnels. Curious to see what we get out of this. Alright, that is the end of that tunnel right there. We will give that a little bit of space. And light it up. I see one right up there. That's a good start for us. We will come back for it. Let's see if we can keep up with that TNT up ahead. I see a couple more up there. And I think that is all of it. We got all of it in one go. And that Enderman is mad at us. We are just gonna fly over here and get into that 2-block gap. And just wait for him to show up. I'm sorry, my friend, I didn't mean to. There we go. Alright, well, we are back over here at this side now, so we can begin to mine all of the ancient debris that we just found. That's one. Of course, we have to check up in the ceiling, too. We don't want to miss any. We do have to be very careful of those Endermen. There are quite a few of them down here now. Alright, we've got 2 more right up here. And that one is just egging us on, isn't he? And we have another one right up here. So that puts us up to 15. That is pretty good. See if we could do another tunnel in that direction. That was very profitable for us. And that looks like a lava lake, and it also looks like our fire resistance has run out. A small lava lake, but a lava lake nonetheless, so we will start our TNT a little ways back. And then, yes, I have an eye on our health. I will eat once we get all of this placed in. And we had the perfect amount of TNT for that. So we will detonate that. We will eat real quick. And I spy another ancient debris up there, and one right over there. And we didn't quite make it all the way this time, not a problem though. And I spy one over there too. Is that the same one that we saw, or is that different? Not sure. Alright, let's go back and find all of that debris. It is different. Okay, so we have one right up here. At least. Yep, just one. We have two over here, actually. We will take it. And one up there in the ceiling. And I think that is all of them for this tunnel. But we will do another one adjacent to this, because these last two have been quite profitable for us. Thought I saw one in the wall there. It is just the black stone, though. Still doing good on fire resistance. We should be nearing the other side of this. Yep, there we go. And that is a hoglin over there. I was going to take out those piglins, but I'd rather not deal with a hoglin right now, so we will leave them be. Alright, and here we go once again. Well, that TNT didn't make it very far. Let's try this again. There we go, that's more like it. We have an ancient debris right up there in the wall. Three of them right up there, actually four if we include that one, not bad. Let's see if we uncover any more next to that fourth one up there in the corner. Just the one up there. We will take it, though. Not bad, not bad. So we are up to 23 now. About to be 24. We need to be careful with the elytra around that bedrock because I don't want to get trapped. That would not be good. That last one is right up here in this wall. Just one. We will take it, though. So, 24 already. That is 6 netherite ingots. And now we will do the same thing going in the opposite direction, unless all of these are lava lakes. And that is a lava lake, so it looks like we might not have as much luck over here. We do have this tunnel, though. And this one is not bad. Drink another fire resistance, eat another baked potato, and ignite the TNT. I see one right away. Good start for us. And a lot of lava right through here. There's only the one that I saw back at the start, but we may have some others hiding in the walls. We will keep an eye out. I don't see any others, so we will just grab that one and go and find another place to start a tunnel, because I think all of these over here are now surrounded by lava. Unless we just went in one of these directions over here, which we might do. Or maybe not. We could try this one, perhaps. Nope. I think we are next to a lava ocean here. This one looks clean so far. And that's lava right through there. I guess we'll just go with this, though. This is good enough to maybe find one or two ancient debris. But no luck. I guess we could try back in this direction now. It's all about finding those long stretches of tunnels without any lava. That's when our yield really goes up. Again, the more time that we can cut off, the more ancient debris we can find. And it takes time when we have to do these tiny tunnels instead of just the really long ones. We're just gonna grab that TNT and take it with us. No sense in detonating this mess. And we are just gonna find the surface now and head back up. We're going to try to get really, really far away from all of the tunnels that we already have. Can we get under here? We can. Excellent. Real question is, can we get through this crimson forest? Yes, we can, and we have a bridge over here. I don't know what that's from. See, these giant lava lakes, these are no-no areas. We don't want to be stuck digging under one of those. Instead, we want to find something like this, where we can go under. Well, maybe. Okay, that's just a pocket. Alright, we're good. That also just a pocket, I hope? Yes. Alright, good sign so far. We're gonna need to grab out some more fire resistance here in a second and find ourselves... Oh, look at that, we're already lined up on a chunk border. That is quite convenient for us. Put away all of that netherrack too. And let's see how far we can get down this tunnel before we run into a pool of lava. Looks like that far. So we have a chunk border here and there. Alright, now we can start our smaller branches, or hopefully larger branches. We'll just see how the lava lakes are in this area. And we got one right there, so that will be the end of that. See, this is what we like to see. These nice long tunnels, no obstacles or obstructions or anything like that. A little bit of gravel's okay, but that is not what we like. But still, that's not bad. I think we'll go ahead and do this one real quick. We are just about there for our first full block. We need 11 more ancient debris, which, given how today is gone, really shouldn't be that bad for us. We may even get it right here, if we are lucky enough. I guess we'll line up our TNT on this side as well. We don't want it to get too close because we don't want this to accidentally detonate. So we'll light that one, step back from it. And I see one right up here. We'll just go ahead and grab this now. We can always catch up to our TNT later. Actually, 2 from that. Not bad. And I think I spotted a few more up here as well. I see one right over there, yes. 3 of them, actually. Not bad. So we just need 6 more, and then we will have our first full block. So that was 5 out of that tunnel. Let's see how we do with the other one. I am going to mark our exit here with some torches, just so we don't get lost. It doesn't look like we have any down this way. That's okay. We're not always going to hit the jackpot with it. Definitely makes it a lot more rewarding when we do, though. That was a pretty good tunnel, I would say. We're going to need to pull out some more TNT here. We are actually just about out of our TNT. We're going to be fairly low if we keep getting tunnels like this for these branches. And I spy one right up there. So we just need 5 more for our first block of the day. And it looks like just that one, unless there's another hiding behind it. But I don't think there is. Well, I completely missed that jump. Let me try that again. Just one, so 5 to go. Four to go. 3 to go. I'll go ahead and drink another fire resistance too, just to stay on top of that. I do feel pretty good about this tunnel. Of course, every time I say that, yep, we run into a lava lake. That's okay, that is not a problem. So that was about a stack of TNT for this entire row. That's not bad. Detonate that. And work our way down this tunnel. I spy 3 right up there. So that will put us at a full block on the day. And there's 3 more right here. We'll just maneuver around this giant lava lake here. See if we have any others. Well, that's not bad. 6. We might spy some that we missed going back. I do want to check on this side of the lava. It doesn't look like we have any up there. So there's 3. And then we have the other 3 right down this way. Not bad. So that puts us at 39 now. We are doing pretty good. We have a few more branches left to do. We'll see if that TNT reaches. Actually, we're at the end of our tunnel, so we can just ignite it from here. We'll be okay. There's one right up there. And I think that is the only one that we have. I'm going to block off that lava since it is accessible. We'll see if we uncover any right here. I doubt we will, though. Nope, that's okay. So it looks like just one from this tunnel, but that is not bad. We will take it. And this is a small tunnel right here. So just a couple pieces of TNT down. And we'll see if we get anything. Yeah, that was actually worth it. We got 2 ancient debris. We'll just check in that blackstone just to make sure we got it all. See, you never know when searching for netherite. So we have a couple more branches and then we will go find a different tunnel. Same thing again. A tiny branch, but it pays off. I think just 1 ancient debris from that. Alright, last branch. See if we could get 5 more, get up to an even 48. Uh-oh, our fire resistance is about to run out. There we go, drank that just in time. And I think that is a lava lake. Oh, maybe not. I guess not. That one is a lava lake, so that will be the end of our last branch here. This one might be longer than that first one that we did when we came down into this tunnel. Not 100% sure, but it definitely feels that way. I have a feeling we're gonna find more than 5 ancient debris down this tunnel. I see a lot of lava dripping up there above the ceiling. Hopefully that doesn't cause too many issues for us, but here we go. Last branch down here in this area. Definitely a large pool of lava in there, but that's not a problem for us. There's 2 ancient debris. 3, 4. Can we keep it going? Alright, our TNT has stopped, but it still has a ways to go. I think before we light that up, though, we will grab all of the ancient debris that we've already found. And it looks like this is maybe going to be 3. Nope, just 2. That's okay. So there's 2. And here's 2. So yeah, we did get our 5 that we were hoping to get, to put us at that even 48, and we may even get more than 1 from this one up here. And it looks like 3. Not bad at all. So that was 7. Just from that, we still have quite a bit of TNT to go. Well, that did not work out. Not seeing any more ancient debris right through here, and we have a gigantic pool of lava that we're probably just gonna have to swim through or go around. That works. Again, it's all worth it if we find more ancient debris out of it. I'm not seeing any so far. We still have quite a few more blocks of TNT though, so let's see how we do for the rest of this tunnel. There's one up top on the ceiling. And I think that is going to be the only one that we get left out of all of that. So we will tower up there and grab that, and that will put us at least 51. We are nearing a stack. So we have about 3.5 stacks of TNT left. We will go find another place for a tunnel. And we will use up the rest of this TNT, and then I think we will probably end the live stream there. Trying to find our other original tunnel. I believe it is this one right here. Perfect. I guess we could travel in this direction, but I think this sends us towards that lava ocean. Unless we are far enough under it, which it would appear as though we are. And there's 1, 2, 3 more. So what are we at? 54 now. We're definitely gonna hit a stack. I'm thinking we could hit maybe a stack and a half. Although we don't have that much TNT left. But this is a very long tunnel, and we are probably gonna have leftover tunnels to detonate by the end of this, because we are going to do branches extending out from each side. So we are not going to quite have enough TNT for all of this. We will mark the coordinates and come back here in our next stream to finish this. There's one right there in the ceiling. 2. Not bad. And we are getting into a basalt delta, so we are going to start to extend our branches off in each of these directions now. And it looks like this one is going to go for a ways. So we may have hit the jackpot with our branches here. Not a huge fan of all this blackstone, but as long as it is not basalt, that is a good sign, or a lava lake like that. But I guess since we are all the way at the end, we can go ahead and place down this row of TNT. And see how we do. And that will be the end of that. Hey, look at that. That was lucky. And we got 3 of it. So we are just about there to a full stack. We're right on the edge of this basalt delta here. I think we will test our luck with it, though. I think it will be okay. TNT doesn't perform nearly as well with all of that basalt, but we'll give it a try. It's not like we are surrounded by it. Not that I know of, at least. So we just need 5 more ancient debris to hit our first stack. We are also nearing our second full block. We need 13 more for that. And I see one right up here. We didn't quite get all of the TNT detonated. Just one so far, at least that I've spotted. Let's see if we get any more. Our fire resistance is once again out. So we're going to be careful around this lava here. I don't see any right back here, so I think we just got the one from this detonation. That's okay. We will grab that, and then we will do that other row as well. We have 2 stacks of TNT left. All right, and let's see how we do. And yes, we are right on that edge of that basalt delta. But we are still getting a pretty wide tunnel, so I think that worked out. Although we did not find any ancient debris from this one, so maybe it didn't quite work out the way we intended. Not to worry though, so we have 2 stacks of TNT left. We will find our original tunnel once again. Maybe. I really need to do a better job of marking it before we detonate. Oh wait, I think it is right over here. No, this is the end of our other tunnel. And it's a good thing we had fire resistance, because I did not mean to do that. It should be somewhere right around here. Because we got into that basalt delta pretty quick. Here we go. So now we have some space from that basalt delta. This one should be a lot better for us. There's a couple right up there on the ceiling. We will take it. That will put us very close to our first stack. And that's going to be 3. So we just need 1 more. And then we will have a full stack. Ideally, though, we hit not just a full stack, but 2 full blocks. And where did that one go? Oh, wait, no. I was thinking we already had a full stack. We are up to 63. Ideally, we hit 72, which would be 2 full blocks for us. Which is not bad for 1 2-hour stream. I bet we can do it. If not, we're gonna get very close. But we should have enough ingots already back at home to make 2 more blocks, so it shouldn't be a problem. I think we are going to end up placing all of this TNT, and that will leave us with 1 more stack. Alright, let's see how we do. I have a feeling we're going to hit our first full stack. Uh-oh, that is not good. Alright, well, I think we're gonna have to deal with some piglins real quick. But that is not a problem. Luckily, we don't have any right here, so we can just quickly take these ones out with our bow. And I think there's only 2 of them. I do hear a few more, but it doesn't look like they are in the area, so I think we will be okay. So there is our first stack, a full stack of netherite, or ancient debris, I should say. I hear a lot of footsteps. It's making me very nervous, but I think we are okay. I think they are on this side of the wall. Yes, here they... Oh, wow. Yep, I found them. We're just gonna take all of them out real quick with our bow. There we go. All right. That should hopefully take care of that. So we have... Oh, there's an ancient debris right up here. We are going to need some inventory space now. And 1, 2, it looks like. Let's see if we can hit that TNT. Excellent. And I'm not really seeing any more down this way. We just need 6 more to hit 2 full blocks on the day. And we still have about 3/4 of a stack of TNT left. So it is going to be close. Again, we do have enough back at home that we can make 2 full blocks with what we have. But it would still be nice to be able to say that we found 2 blocks in one stream. Now our fire resistance is out once again. Did we miss our tunnel? Oh, there it is. So we will head down in this direction. And there's 1 right there. There's 2. And I think just 2 from that vein. Four more. Well, we are definitely exceeding the amount of TNT that we have, that's for sure. But we only need 2 more ancient debris. In order to get 2 full blocks. Again, those are really good numbers for not even being at the 2-hour mark. Alright, and that's lava, so we will back away from that. Our fire resistance has run out, so we want to be careful of any lava at this point. We're going to space this TNT a little bit more this time. Try to get the most out of it. And that is all of our TNT. So we will light that up, step back, and watch it go. There's one. One more is a full block of Netherite. Oh, that came back at us. Always gotta be careful with that TNT. Still just waiting on one more Netherite. Or one more ancient debris. And I see one right up there in the ceiling. Ooh, a bonus one. So that will put us at 73. And we still have a ways to go right here. And we still have a handful of branches that we need to dig out. Is that all of the TNT? Still not all of it. It's got to be close, though, I would assume. Yes, I think that is all of it now. And I don't see any ancient debris back here. So we can head back to our main tunnel. And that is where we will end the stream for today. I really want to thank everybody for tuning in. As I mentioned, it is really nice to be back live streaming once again. And we will do this some more, hopefully later this week. Otherwise, in the next week. And we will be back once again searching for more ancient debris. 2 blocks in one stream. That is pretty good. 2 blocks in 2 hours. So, by that math, it will take us 162 hours in total. But I think we will actually go a little bit faster by the time it all averages out. I'm gonna clear a little space here so I actually have room to do an outro. We'll dig that branch right there. That's good enough, I suppose. If you enjoyed this stream, though, definitely hit that thumbs up button and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on future live streams or future videos as soon as I publish them. Check the description for some other important information, links, how to contact me, all of that good stuff. And with all of that being said, comment, like, subscribe, remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye!